Hi everyone, I'm Barry Stagner and this is his channel news break. U.S. Special Representative for the Middle East Avi Berkowitz arrived in Israel on Sunday for a series of discussions with top Israeli officials. This will be Berkowitz's first visit to Israel since stepping in for Jason Greenblatt, who resigned as U.S. President Donald Trump's emissary in November. The visit signals that Washington is still interested in pushing the Israeli-Palestinian peace process, despite all but shelving its long-awaited peace plan since Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu failed to form a government after Israel's April 9th election. During his stay in Israel, Berkowitz is expected to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, U.S. Ambassador David Friedman, and other senior officials. The White House has stated in the past that Trump's deal of the century has been completed, saying that it will be presented only when both the Israelis and the Palestinians are ready for it. The prolonged political stalemate has pushed the release of the plan as the Trump administration, which was preparing to release the peace plan in the spring of 2019, has said it will do so only after a new government is formed, meaning following the March 2nd elections. Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei wept in grief with hundreds of thousands of mourners thronging Tehran streets on Monday for the funeral of military commander Qassem Soleimani, killed by a U.S. drone on U.S. President Donald Trump's orders. The coffins of General Soleimani and Iraqi militia leader Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, who also died in Friday's attack in Baghdad, were draped in their national flags and passed from hand to hand over the heads of mourners in central Tehran. Responding to Trump's threats to hit 52 Iranian sites if Tehran retaliates for the drone strike, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani pointedly wrote on Twitter, "Never threaten the Iranian nation." And Soleimani's successor vowed to expel U.S. forces from the Middle East in revenge. Khamenei, 80, led prayers at the funeral, pausing as his voice cracked with emotion. Soleimani, who was 62, was a national hero in Iran, even to many who do not consider themselves supporters of Iran's clerical rulers. Aerial footage showed people, many clad in black, packing thoroughfares and side streets in the Iranian capital, chanting, "Death to America," a show of national unity after anti-government protests in November, in which many demonstrators were killed. The crowd, which state media said numbered in the millions, recall the masses of people that gathered in 1989 for the funeral of the Islamic Republic's founder, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, and Soleimani, architect of Iran's drive to extend its influence across the Middle East, was widely seen as Iran's second most powerful figure behind Khamenei himself. The killing of Soleimani has prompted concern around the world that a broader regional conflict could flare, and Trump on Saturday vowed to strike the 52 Iranian targets, including cultural sites, if Iran retaliates with attacks on Americans or U.S. assets, and stood by his threat on Sunday, though American officials sought to downplay his reference to cultural targets. The 52 figure, Trump noted, matched the number of U.S. embassy hostages held for 444 days after the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Rouhani, regarded as a moderate, responded to Trump on Twitter. Those who referred to the number 52 should also remember the number 290, Rouhani wrote, referring to the 1988 shooting down of an Iranian airline by a U.S. warship in which 290 were killed. Well, again, we know the Middle East will be the powder keg of the last days, giving us today's reminder to keep looking up.